see. Do 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 do. Oh, hello, Dwight. What's going on, man? I'm waiting for a game to download. Decided to just kind of stream for a bit. I don't know. There's a game called Vane that I was playing 6 months ago, something like that. It's a zombie survival game, but they've updated it a bunch, and apparently there was a major update. Major update. I don't know how important it is, but I want to give it a shot. But I have to re-download it because apparently it wasn't running properly. Or at least we'll see. So I don't know. We're just kind of just chatting right now. Yeah, apparently they added a bunch of new locations and weapons, rebalancing, a bunch of stuff just changed. So I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. There's this really funny thing that they did in the game. For example, this is while I've been playing it, they focused a lot on like vehicle repairs. For some reason, you could just like basically rebuild a car in the game, and I'm thinking to myself like, okay, a lot of time spent on that. It's not my game, but maybe don't spend that much time on a thing that seems to be a very niche, small, barely anybody's going to do it in the game. Because like you can just get a new car just by stealing one in the game, and it's way easier than repairing it. You know what I mean? Like maybe do that later, because I don't think anyone's going to have that big of a problem. So I don't know. Oh, that was interesting, but it's taking forever to download. I mean, it is crawling, and I don't know why. We're getting like double digit megabits per second, which is like I have gigabit internet, so it's like what's happening? I haven't played Minecraft in a while. Ghost says, "What's your favorite Five Nights at Freddy or fan game or both?" I've never played any of them, and I actually have a hot take about that. I don't think most people have played Five Nights at Freddy's. I think most people just watched Markiplier play it. That's my opinion. I think most people have not played a single one of the games. I think most people just watch people play it. Yeah, not a. I don't know a single person who's played Five Nights at Freddy's. That being said, I am an adult, so I imagine children might be playing it, but I'm not sure how many. So I don't have an answer to that question. Dwight says, "Dude, I wish I had gigabyte. Oh, gigabit. Gigabyte internet would be nuts. Gigabit's what it is. The reason it's because that would be insane. But gigabit is like pretty common, but it's expensive. You know, it's like $100 a month or something. But if you stream, you got to pay for it." Toasted says, "What's your favorite game? I have a whole list of favorite games. Would you like to hear it? It's quite a few." There's a lot of them, man. Ghost says most people say that Mark is the reason they know FNAF. Oh yeah, I think without a doubt. I think Five Nights at Freddy's would be kind of obscure if Markiplier never played it, for sure. Unless somebody else did it. So, but yeah, I don't think most people play that game. To be completely honest. But then again, could be wrong. But I don't think most people play that game. Any of them. Not a single one of them. Dwight says, "Do you know Interpol?" Oh yeah, Interpol's great. I saw them open for Smashing Pumpkins. Easily one of the best live shows I've seen. They got right to business, played nothing but the good hits, and kept the banter to a minimum, which is like okay. But they played it, got right off stage. I was like, all right. But they just nailed it. They did a great job. Love Interpol's a great band. And then Smashing Pumpkins came on stage, played a couple hits, played a bunch of weird shit, and then my legs got tired. I was like, I don't want to stand for this. I can't stand for this. So I just went home early. Toe says, did you watch the World Cup? Not even a little bit, man. I have no clue what's going on with it. I'm not a big sports guy. Never enjoyed it. So, nope, don't care. XD says, do you have any advice for Consort Radon? Consort Radon. Shadow Erdtree? Ooh, no, I do not. Get good. But I'll tell you what, Radon's my homie. Radon is awesome. What's the thing that gets said? General Radon, scourge of the stars. What is that? Hold on, let me read it. I love that phrase, what he says. Hold on, I'm going to read this. I'm looking for the. Hold on, I got to read what he says. Yeah, here he goes. Here he goes. I found it. I'm going to say it because that's one of my favorite quotes in gaming. General Radon, the famed Red Lion and scourge of the stars, is a ferocious warrior. Fucking love Elden Ring, dude. Elden Ring's so good. I love it, man. Let's see here. Dwight says, bro, my dad has told me so many stories of the concerts he's gone to. That's awesome. Let's see here. What's my favorite indie horror game? Ooh, I don't have one. I can't think of a single one, honestly. I don't really play horror games. I get really scared really easily. Like, I get scared playing Fallout. Like, things jump scare me all the time in that. Can't play it. I can't play a single spooky game. Can't do it. GTV says, hello, random human. I'm not random. Dwight says, have you ever been to Tinley Park venue? No, I've never heard of that. Where's that at? I don't know what that is. Dirty says, I love your music, Pat. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, have you listened to the new record yet? It's out. Noodle says, favorite Elden Ring boss? Radon. General Radon, the famed Red Lion, scourge of the stars, is a ferocious warrior. Gideon Ofnir talks about that. Fucking love it, dude. Oh, it's so great. So good. So good, man. What else we got out there? I'm waiting for a game to download right now. That's what we're kind of hanging out. Have I ever seen those games where it's nice and innocent but it gets scary later on? Yes. Oh shit. Yeah, I have played that. I've played Berry Berry Berry. Incredible game. Incredible game. Very short. You'll beat it in a weekend. I highly recommend it. How much is that game? How much is Berry Berry Berry? $8, dude. What an adventure. For less than McDonald's, probably. I mean, McDonald's is expensive now. You can buy a game called Berry Berry Berry, but it's spelled here, I'll put it in the chat. Berry Berry Barry. So the plot of the game is you go out and you wake up in like a bizarre room and it's all colorful and like wow, yay, wow. And there's like a person that has a sign and it says, "Hey, I want you to put these berries in this hole." And you're like, "Excuse me?" And it's like, "Do it." You're like, "Okay." And so you play the game, and as you put berries, there's like a plant that spits out berries. It's like very cartoony and very, you know, um, what do they call it? Stylized. So you put the berries in the hole, and the hole like slowly starts growing. And you're like, this is kind of weird. It's like a hole in the ground. It looks like a Sonic. Like you know how Sonic has like those loop-de-loops in the Green Hill Zone. It's very strange. But as you play it, you realize there's a bunch of weird shit going on. More than that, fantastic game, dude. Oh, it's good. What else we got here? Ari says you should play That's Not My Mom, but it's always your mom. Anyways, Noodle says, "What is your favorite song that wasn't made by me?" Ooh, I don't have a favorite song. I have a lot of albums, a lot of bands I really enjoy. I mean, I think, in my opinion, there's a lot of easy answers to those questions. Like I could just bullshit you an answer, but I don't have an answer to it. I think the actual answer, the honest answer, is that there are so many different situations, so many different moments in my life where a great song has made it feel different, or it's reminded me of it. For example, when I was a kid, when I was like 14 or 13 years old, I used to play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and I used to play like you just run around, steal cars and shoot stuff. But there was moments on the radio where Freebird would come on, and I would steal an airplane in the video game, and I would fly the airplane in the air, and I'd be like, "I'm as free," you know what I mean? And it's just a beautiful moment. Like, do most people have a moment with that song? Probably. Mine is stealing an airplane in a video game and flying around and then jumping out of it. It's pretty good. So, Brooke says, "You look rather flammable." Speak for yourself. Everybody's flammable, dumbass. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Ghost says, "I thought it would be Berry, 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 Berry." Oh, I'm sorry. Expensive. Wait, what? I don't know what you mean by that. $8 is expensive? Nah. No way. If you don't think so. Let's see. Evan says, "How much to eat a rock?" Or "What's your favorite Chris Cornell since it's his birthday?" Not anymore, dumbass. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Let's see here. But how much to eat a rock? More than you have, pal. Let's see. More than you can afford. Let's see. What do we got here? Anybody else? A lot of great questions from middle schoolers today. Neil says, "If you hear Freebird come on when you're driving on the highway," Florida, brother, so you got to do it. I've always thought if you ever get pulled over by an officer, uh, maybe you'd get out of it by saying, like, "I was listening to Led Zeppelin." You know what I mean? They're probably not going to go for it, but maybe they would. So who knows? I'm not sure. We're still waiting on downloading this game, so let me see this real quick. Where are we at? We are at 25%. We are crawling. Steam, Gaben, what's going on? Why can't I download a game effectively? I don't understand. Big Suvi says, "Yo, can you help my music blow up on SoundCloud and Insta? I'm a rapper. I'm from New Mexico." Ooh, maybe. What do you need help with? Maybe you should make good music. You got well, actually, let me ask you a question. Why do you think your music's not blowing up? Be honest. I would like to know. That's the real question. Why do you think it's not blowing up? We got 1%, dude. It is crawling. We're at 1.9 megabits per second. Unbelievable. It's like I'm not even downloading a game. Let's see here. Dirty says, "Do you like Pantera?" Oh yeah, Pantera rules, dude. Pantera is awesome. Pantera, in my opinion, I've said this many times on the show, but Pantera legitimately picked up Metallica's mantle. Metallica wrote the first 4 records, and then they made the Black Album, and they said, hey, we're going to make a shitload of money. And then Pantera went, all right, we'll take the creativity, and we'll move on. And then Metallica went, we're going to make commercial music. And then they stopped selling records, ironically. So I thought that was really funny. But Pantera, great albums. Great music, man. I know a guy who was in love with Metallica and Pantera. Shout out to the Fike brothers for holding it down. The brothers Fike. They were musicians that my cousins used to hang out with, and they just were absolute enthusiasts. You could not even utter the word Metallica or Pantera around them without them knowing, and then like immediately tracking you down like a homing missile. I mean, like, hey, did you talk about Metallica? Did you say something about Pantera? And you're like, oh shit, yes. And then you'd have to talk to them. How I am with Nirvana, they were with like thrash. It's pretty cool. They're really, really cool guys too. Really nice guys. Noodle says, who is your favorite stream? I don't watch other streamers at all. I have no clue what I'm doing. But if I had to pick, I have seen clips and some information from Shroud, who is a nasty Counter-Strike player. Very, very, very good shot. And there's also Mango, who plays Super Smash Brothers, who's also nasty. And he also is an insane person who actually kind of looks like me, which is really funny. Of all the people say I look like, Mango. I look very similar to Mango. Mango! Incredible streamer. Incredible, I shouldn't even call him a streamer. He's a really talented gamer who can play Super Smash Brothers at an unworldly level. Like, I'm talking top what, 3? He's one of the gods, as they call. He's just nasty. But I don't watch a stream or anything like that. I have my other stuff going on. Something about that. I pay more attention to music because I'm a musician. I don't consider myself a streamer, even though I do that. That's what I'm doing right now. Because I have to. If it was 20 years ago, probably would never stream. Ever. Never in my life. So, you recommend the song Fallen Angel by Poison? Okay. I don't think I like Poison. In or around my body or my ears. So, you keep your poison to yourself. Okay, pal? I don't want to get poisoned today. All right? We're still at 26%. What's happening? Is this game broken? Chat, the game is downloading at a glacial speed. I think I've seen seasons pass faster than this game is downloading. And once again, it's not my internet. It's Valve. So, I'm not sure what's going on. Hey, we got Rhett. Hello. Oh, and Zoe's here. Hello as well, Zoe. Welcome back to the show. We're kind of having a late night hangout session because I have nothing better to do. I'm fixing my sleep schedule. Hopefully, I'll be able to stream earlier in the day. But right now, we're doing some late night kind of hangouts while this game is downloading at a mind-numbingly slow pace. And I don't know why. It is horrifically slow. Noodle says, should I go to bed? It's almost 12 a.m. for me. I don't give a shit, to be honest, man. You do whatever you want. Lithium says, what is up, Pat? We're kind of hanging out, just chatting right now. I'm planning on playing a game called Vane later, which is like a zombie game, and apparently there's been some updates to it, so I want to check it out. Dirty says, my favorite game by you is Landing Gear. Oh, you like that? That song, I can tell you about it. That song was written, decades ago at this point. Landing Gear. Can you guys hear this? Hold on. Probably just barely. Ashkelon, day tonight, feeling soft, so right. It's probably a little too hard to hear. But yeah, Landing Gear I wrote a long time ago, and I was never really satisfied with how the recording was, so I decided to re-record it acoustically, and I really enjoy it. The acoustic version is excellent. The rock version I like a lot, but I don't like the recording. I don't like a lot of my early recordings, so it's not a great experience. Could you guys hear the guitar? I don't know if I can. I'm using a headset mic because all my other stuff is downstairs, and I don't feel like getting it, to be honest. Lithium says, Pat, do you have any favorite like small bands, like under 1,000 monthly listeners or followers? Not really. Um, nah, not really. There's another. I mean, there's a couple bands I've listened to, but I don't really want to recommend them too much because I don't know their music very well. You can barely hear it. It's very faint. Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, this headset has like a noise filter on it, so you can't really hear the guitar. But that being said, Landing Gear, that's a great song. I really like that you like that because that's my cousin's favorite song that I wrote. Yeah, Landing Gear it's kind of it's a challenge. It's a challenge because to play it, because when you play it, I'll show you something. There's something called string skipping, and I'll show you something here. We'll look at the guitar. Whip. So when you play guitar, a lot of times when you strum a chord, it's all the strings. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's all the strings. So when you want to play individual notes, you have to hit every string kind of in a row. They call that an arpeggio. So it's easier to go one at a time. So when you have to skip a string, it makes it very hard because typically they're spaced out in a way that's very intuitive. You know the distance between the notes, but when you have to skip a string, it makes it really hard. So that song is Oops All String Skips. It's very difficult to play that song. So I play it. The recording is me playing it like you can hear every single note. I do that, but when I play it live, I do that only for the first part and then I strum the rest. Because it is fucking a nightmare to do. But I can do it. It's just I can't do it reliably. So it's very funny how that goes. So yeah, string skipping. If you ever want to learn how to string skip, learn how to play the song Landing Gear. It's only like 2 chords. Like not a joke. The whole song is like 2 chords. Except for the bridge, but we're not counting the bridge. But yeah, it's really fun. It's a fun song. It's a show off song. That's a show off song because it sounds good and it's hard. So not a lot of songs are both, in my opinion. It's either really hard, nobody fucking likes it, or it's really easy and it's a great song. There's a lot of great songs like that. So yeah. Let's see here. Did you guys notice how that person who asked me how to be a good rapper hasn't said anything? Isn't that funny? Looks like that's why they're not going to blow up. Let's see here. Etzel says, yo, what's your favorite game right now? Ooh, I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4, but only because it's been modded. Usually, I think Fallout 4 is kind of lame, but I got mods for it, and it's been really fun. I've been playing it for the past 2 months, so it's really fun. The mod is called Lore Out. Look it up. Makes it way more fun. Makes it play like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. It's incredible. So let's see here. Smash says, "Yo, how's the night going, bro? Hey, when did you plan on playing Fallout 4 by chance? Not playing it today. I'm playing Vane tonight once it's done downloading. So we're kind of just chatting. I want to play something else tonight. I will play Fallout again for sure. Just not right now." Zoe says, "Did we play Vane early game streams? Yes, we did. That was an early build. This is a later build, so it's been updated a lot. So I don't know what it's like. So we'll see." Etzel, we answered that question earlier. Sorry. I'm not going to answer it again. Lithium says, chat, please tell Pat to go check out Druidus. They are really cool. I've heard them. They do this thing online. They make videos for their songs. And I know their guitar player is like a super Pantera guy because he looks like he listens to Pantera. And his guitar, he has a the Dimebag Dean, so it's very funny. You could tell a mile away that he loves Pantera. Yeah, I'm aware of Druidus. I'm aware of them. They have a very funny social media thing that they do that I noticed. So, but also thank you so much, Dirty686 for the Eagle, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me know if you have another question, Dirty. I'll answer it for you. I'll see what I can do. Let's see here. Noodle says, would you say Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes is an easy but good song? Yes. That is a very easy song to play. It's kind of difficult to sing and play, but it's a very easy riff. So yes. Etzel says, what time is it for you? It is time to get a watch. Ah! I'm just kidding. Sorry. Let's see here. Cornbread's, hey, Cornbread, I remember you. Cornbread says, what's your favorite Pearl Jam song? Ooh, I have a couple. I could name off a couple. Untitled is really good. Everything off of One is really good. Yield, Wishlist is really good. Yield's a great album. There's good music on every record from them, to be honest. So many good ones. So many good albums from Pearl Jam. Let me put it this way. There's probably no bad song from Pearl Jam, in my opinion. There's probably just songs I don't listen to as much. So, I don't know. They're all really good. I'm a big Pearl Jam fan. In fact, the song Nowhere Man is a tip of the hat to you, Pearl Jam. I said, hey, Pearl Jam, thanks for making music. It was supposed to be kind of a tip of the hat to Nothing Man and Better Man. She once believed in every story I had to tell. It's a great song. Nothing Man. Yeah, Nowhere Man's. It's funny. I did not know that was a Beatles song. Apparently, there's a Beatles song called Nowhere Man, and I don't think it fits at all. I get it, but I just don't. I don't enjoy it as much. Yeah. Let's see here. Smash says, "Hey Patrick, do you like Minus the Bear at all? I've listened to them. I like the guitar player's earlier band, Botch. Huge fan of Botch. Big fan. Yeah, their guitar player. What's his name? Botch's guitar player. Hold on. He started Minus the Bear. I hate to say this. Dave Knudsen. Shout out to the Nud. Dave Knudsen. Genius. Absolute genius guitar player. He's nasty. You want to hear some crazy shit, chat? 90s, right? 90s. Put that in your brain. What kind of music's playing in the 90s? Right? Grunge. You got your grunge. You got your alt rock coming up. Listen to Botch. I'm going to put it in the chat. We'll put it in the chat. Botch. Botch is to hardcore, like metalcore, what Black Sabbath is to metal. And that is not an exaggeration. If you like metalcore, hardcore, any of that, screamo, emo, any of that shit, any of it, if you like breakdowns, go listen to Botch. It is your religion. It's the godfather of all hardcore. You've got Norma Jean, the first album from Norma Jean, in the later stuff, but mainly Josh Scoggin stuff. You got Botch. You got Dillinger Escape Plan. And then you could argue later, Bring Me the Horizon's early stuff. Absolutely, it is the law to go listen to that. So, go listen to that. Go listen to Botch. Let's see here. What else we got here? Lithium says Alice in Chains is awesome. Yep. Wallen says Sambora has always been an underrated Bon Jovi guitarist. He's not. You know what? I have a hot take. I think Buckethead and Phil X, when they filled in, did Buckethead fill in for Bon Jovi, or was that's Guns N' Roses? Never mind. Sorry, I got confused for a second. Yeah, I would say. Let me put it this way: Phil X with Bon Jovi, he's an underrated guitar player. Everybody knows who Richie Sambora is, who's like a fan of like 80s rock. Phil X, That's who's underrated. That's my boy. Shout out to Phil X for being an absolute genius. So, what do we got here? Tor says Silverchair tomorrow. What do you mean by that? You're gonna go see Silverchair? Rihanna says some shit that's probably a bit. You're definitely welcome to try to do something. I don't know. I don't know what that means. If you typed it twice, that means you could have said it already. So, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why you're doing that. What do we got here? Any other questions? Edsel says, I love Bring Me the Horizon and Red Hot Chili Pepper. I love chili pepper. That's funny, dude. Red Hot Chili Pepper. Wallen says Slash was a bit overrated. Now, that's interesting. I actually really enjoy Slash. I don't like Guns N' Roses. I think Slash is a genius, though. Slash is awesome. I don't like Guns N' Roses, though. But I'll say this. Saying Slash is overrated kind of tells me everything I need to know about you. It's crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, go ahead. Long time, dude. I forgot about you. I don't think about you at all. I actually have no idea who that is. So it actually still stands. Smash says, did Minus the Bear ever influence any of your music? Nope, not at all. Not a little bit. Botch did, though. Botch definitely, like, they are absolutely, like, I would not be writing the way I'd be writing without that band. Definitely. I don't really write a lot of stuff like them, but it took me a while to kind of accept them as part of my, because I always like listening to them, but I was like, I don't know if I want to write music like that. And now I'm like, yeah, I want to write music like that. So for sure. For sure. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, I don't know what that is. Bye. I don't know why you thought you could just type a bunch of shit in the chat that has nothing to do with this. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste some shit. And I was like, okay. It's like, it's random stuff, just so you know. Okay, I'll just remove it. Boop. Psh, throw it away. Wallen says, who do you think is the greatest guitarist of all time? Ooh, I don't know, man. It's hard to quantify and qualify because, like, look at Les Paul, right? Les Paul, nobody listens to him. Like, nobody writes in music and goes, oh, I think of Les Paul. But if he didn't exist, multi-track recording wouldn't exist, his guitars wouldn't exist, then you got to think all the people that play his guitars wouldn't be playing his guitars, which influence the sound, influence their mentality on they play music. So that's just one guy. He's like almost a quarter of the recording industry before you even get to the music. Isn't that weird? But before you even touch a song, the guy that's responsible for how we play music, the way we play music, is one guy, Les Paul. Genius. And then you get to Leo Fender. He couldn't even play guitar. You know? He's a big reason people play the way they do. And then, okay, who's writing guitar? You know, you got your Jimmy Page. How many people play music because of Jimmy Page? How many people play music because of Tony Iommi? It's a big question. I don't know how to answer it. But I'll tell you what. There's a Mount Rushmore. Now, I don't know who's on it, but it's going to be not 4 people. So, a lot of people. Let's see here. Dirty says, I just learned Freaking Out by Dexter and the Moonrocks. I've never heard that band. I have no idea who that is, to be honest. 810 says, hot take, but Ozzy's the greatest singer ever. He's very, very good. He's a very good singer. I don't know if you would call him the greatest singer ever, but he's definitely, he's written some really good music. And he does have a very good tone of his voice. He's got great ability. I mean, there's a reason he's so revered. So he's a big man. Big influence on people. Also, he has a lot of annoying ass fans. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. As much as I love Ozzy, when he died, the most fucking annoying people showed up in my live streams. Come on, brother! Come on, brother! Play some Ozzy, man! For like a month. For like a month, that's all I heard was, come Come on, man, come on, let me get a little bit of Ozzy. And I was like, please go away. He's the worst person in the world. Yeah, like Eddie Vedder, incredible singer. Incredible. He influenced every butt rock and like shitty post grunge band after in a bad way. But I love Pearl Jam. If the cost of Pearl Jam and the other grunge bands was post grunge, okay, I'll deal with it. It's fine. But dude, those bands suck ass. I can't stand post grunge. That and butt rock era. I get it. They got some good songs. They got some good songs. But dude, so much of that shit sucks. I hate that stuff so bad. Oh, is the microphone messed up for me doing that? Oh, hold on. Is it better now? Dirty says, do you remember that one kid who donated like 200 bucks so that I would play Ozzy? Yes, I do remember that. Cautionary tale. For any parent, if anybody has kids, I need you to listen to me. There was somebody who joined my live stream when I was playing my music, and they joined in. They didn't understand that their live stream was lagging, so they were like 5 minutes behind. So when we're talking right now, this is a thing at YouTube. It's a feature. If you're on YouTube, you can rewind the live stream. It's great. Here's the problem. If you forget or it lags behind, it won't be up to date. So everybody in the chat will be talking about something you're not seeing. So anyways, so this kid legitimately thought he was talking to me, and he sent his parents $200. I didn't know who he was. I didn't hear his music, nothing. Or I didn't, I only saw a profile and a name. That's it. And then he sent $200 to my live stream and said, play some Ozzy. And I was like, I know a couple riffs. I can't play a whole song. I like to play whole songs. So I'm trying to talk to him, and he's like not responding. And everybody in the chat is like, fix your live stream. So I go to his I go to his YouTube channel just to do some like investigating. He's like 9 years old. He has no clue how to use anything. And somehow he sent $200 to me. Dude, I bet you his parents like threw him in a truck and then drove that truck into the ocean. Oh my God, dude. Insane. True story. And I was like, dude, you can't be sending money to stream. And he couldn't respond to me. Because again, he was like behind in the live stream. Horrible. Horrible, dude. Yep. And then here's the other thing too. For all the people like, why didn't you give it back to him? I can't. It goes to Google for a month. And then Google holds on to it and then gives me 70%. So they'd have to go to Google. I have zero to do with that. There's no button. There's no server. Nothing. That's live streaming, baby. Isn't that crazy? So if you got kids, do not let them have your credit card information for anything on YouTube or any apps. I know it's easy to be like, all right, fine, whatever. You want to buy coins on this thing? Cool. You'll lose $200 like that. You're screwed. Essel says, what would your own Mount Rushmore be if you had to choose singers or creators? I don't know, man. I don't think I could do that. I will tell you this though. If I could pick my favorite bands, which I have, I would make a link that you could click for frequently asked questions, like who my favorite musicians are and stuff, and I would put it in my bio. And then I would let you click that and you could see all the bands I enjoy. In fact, I've already done that. So if you want to know what my favorite bands are, just click the link on my channel description. There's a link that says all bunch of stuff. It's a link tree. Click that. You'll see a frequently asked questions thing. You'll see all my favorite musicians and bands and stuff in there. So I can't possibly try to do a Mount Rushmore thing. So sorry. But you can check that out. Help you. Noodle says, what was your favorite game as a kid? One of the first games I played as a kid that like made me go, this is incredible, this is insane, was The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Everybody knows that. Tale as old as time. Everybody loves that game who's a kid in like the mid-90s, late 90s, whatever bullshit. I hate that 90s kid shit. I hate that. But if you were a kid in the 90s, A lot of people really loved Legend of Zelda on N64. Incredible game. I mean, absolutely everything at that time, besides like Metal Gear Solid, was just like, oh shit, we screwed up. We need to make games like this now. It's a great game. And then you get to computer games. You get to like later console stuff, PlayStation, Xbox. You got your Halos. You got your Diablo 2s. You got your Quakes. You got your Dooms. You got your Half-Lifes. There's so many good games, man. So many. Oh, incredible. Noodle's coming out with some questions. Thank you, Noodle. Noodle says, what's your thoughts on Avenged Sevenfold? Also, thank you so much to Wallen for the 10 jewels. Thank you for funding the show. I appreciate it. I actually never played Uncharted. Not once. I haven't played a single game. I didn't have a PS3. I had every console except for PS3. My buddy had a PS3, so yeah. For some reason, we skipped it. I don't know what. I think it was because it was so expensive when it came out. It was either this or Xbox 360 and computers. So we went with Xbox 360 and computers. Let's see here. What were my thoughts on Avenged Sevenfold? I'm not a big fan. I know they write good music. I know a lot of people really like them. I just never got into them. My cousins really like Avenged Sevenfold. In fact, I remember when they told me about them, they were like super stoked on them. They're really hyped. They were like, dude, you gotta listen to this band. They're like the next big thing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, cool. And I listened to it and I went, I'm okay. I know people like them, but they represent an era of like 80s excess hair metal type stuff. And I know you're going to think, like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. They're like Guns N' Roses if they were goths. That's my opinion. So that's my opinion. Why am I so little? Oh, we're going to have a game down there. And I'm just waiting for it to download, and it's taking forever. So, yeah, I just never really enjoyed them. Avenged Sevenfold, but like I said, the amount of people that enjoy them, it's hard for me to like knock them just because I don't enjoy them. You know, there's nothing for me to make fun of. People like them. They make some good songs. Cool. They got a thing. I just never got into it. There's a lot of bands like that. Guns N' Roses, same thing. I understand why people like Guns N' Roses. They got a couple good songs. They're kind of assholes, and I don't like them, but they're good. Smash says, so in terms of your musical flavor, do you stay in somewhat light, heavy music? Are you saying I like medium music? Explain that. Light, heavy. Explain that. Explain what you mean by that. Light, heavy music. What do you mean by that? Medium music? What does that mean? That makes no goddamn sense. Dirty says you should listen to the band CKY. Oh, buddy, I was listening to CKY before you said that. I love CKY. They're incredible. Do you know that? What's the name of the guitar player? Hold on. The guitarist and singer. Is he the same guy? Hold on. One of the guys from CKY does not use the last two strings on his guitar. He only uses the top four because he says the last two are for pussies. And I'm like, that is the funniest shit in the world. He only plays with the heavy strings. It's so funny. Look it up. He does it. He literally does that. He will not play the skinny two strings. It is the funniest shit in the world, dude. CKY, they had some great riffs, dude. What was the first album? They're great. I love CKY. Nothing sounds like CKY. They are so like unique. And it's like, you know, when he says shit like, oh, I don't play the last two strings for pussies. That's lame. But then you see him do it and you're like, okay, you know what? You got it. You wrote a good song. You get to say shit like that. You got it. Let's see here. Smash says, I'm asking if you got into like thrash, man. Oh yeah, I love thrash. Yeah, let me say something. I think people have a twisted view on because I play certain songs and certain music on my stream. I love so much different music, but I only play stuff that I can play on the show. Does that make sense? If I can't sing and play it, I don't play it. Like, I'm a big fan of Dillinger Escape Plan. I like Metallica a lot. I really love Norma Jean's early stuff and the later stuff too. Even I love The Chariot, Botch. I love. There's so many like heavy, crazy sounding bands that I enjoy. There's a band called oh my god, what are they called? Hold on. I was just listening to them and I was like, this sounds like a fake band because they're so ridiculously heavy and nuts. Frontierers? Frontierer. Yeah, Frontierer. I would play it right now, but I don't want to get a copyright thing. You want to listen to an insane band? Listen to Frontierer. I love them. But yeah, I love that kind of music. I just don't play it because guess what? It doesn't make money. And I also don't want to play music that's like very, very limiting. Like, I'm not going to play only the hits. I'm going to play stuff I like. But there's so many other bands. There's so much, like, I like a lot of rap. There's so much great rap out there. A lot of great electronic music, synthwave. Like, there's so much music I enjoy. I just don't play because there's no market for it. On a live stream, if I played Dillinger Escape Plan on live stream, I'd get like 8 people being like, this is amazing, and they wouldn't donate. That's why I don't do that. I don't do that shit. So it just makes no sense. What do we got here? Noodle said, favorite Elden Ring weapon. Ooh, I used the Bloodhound. The Bloodhound Blade? What is it? Bloodhound Gang? Blade. Bloodhound Blade? I used that a lot. Bloodhound Blade. I also really enjoyed the big fucking swords. In Dark Souls 2, I used a lot of the giant fucking bonk. What the fuck is it? The giant club? I don't know. I use a lot of stuff. Bloodhound Fang. There it is. Thank you, Noodle. Yeah, it's the Fang. I was part of the Fang gang. I really like it. The Rivers of Blood, which is like everybody's go-to hacker cheater weapon, but you have to earn it. So I don't know why people call it that. You have to go like 70% of the game to get it. I don't know why people get upset. Like, yeah, it's like really, really good. People always talk shit about that weapon. I'm like, you're a nerd, dude. They let you have it late in the game because you have to earn it. So stupid. Rosie says, what game are we waiting for? We're playing Vane, and it's taking for fucking ever to download. We're only at 37%, so we're kind of just hanging out for now. Yeah, it's taking forever to download this. So we're just hanging out. We're not really doing anything. Yeah, it's literally like stopping and starting. It's painful. I don't know why my internet's great. And if before somebody says it's because you're streaming, it was like this before. That's why I started streaming. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, we're never gonna. I'm never gonna stream tonight if I do this. So, when is the next Valheim session? We can play Valheim now. I can play Valheim now, so we can have watching. Noodle says Nirvana overrated as okay. Or he says, how are you not crashing out right now? I mean, I usually crash out when like it matters. I guess I don't see anything that matters. Lababa Bob says, Vane, what game is that? Also, can you answer my question? Well, I was going to, but you made me think of not answering your question now. But Vane is a zombie game. Is that the question, or did you have a different question? Wait a second. Did you ask me to read a question in your question? You could have just typed it again. You could have copy and pasted it. Do you guys not know about... Hold on. Can we talk about this? Do you guys not know about copy and paste? Is this real? The amount of times I've seen people like go against typing something again sometimes. They'll say scroll up. By the way, trolls say that, so I don't like to do that. Because it'll mean, I want you to imagine something. If somebody says, hey, can you answer my question? That involves me scrolling up and looking for your question. And if you don't post one, I look like a dumbass. So you have to think about that for a second. The amount of people who have done that makes me not want to do that. Do you know what I mean? So let's see here. Zoe says if you're on phone, it won't let you. At least for me. Oh, really? You can't copy and paste text? Okay, I believe that. I believe that. Okay. Well, if that's the case, not much I can do. So Rosie says, when you are playing music and we are voting, I copy and paste so much. Thank you, Rosie. That's smart. I support you. It's very smart to do. But you don't want to do that when we're not voting because it comes off as jerky. You don't want to be a jerk. When people just like when we're not voting, they just take over the chat. I'm like, you're being annoying. But when we're doing a vote and everybody's doing it, then it's okay. Because you got to think about it like this. There's context, right? So if you're at a crowd, if you're in a crowd of people at a concert, and everybody's cheering, safe, right? If you're at a Burger King and you're the only one screaming and yelling, putting your arms up, you look like an asshole, right? So if everybody's chill and you're the only one spamming the chat, does that make sense? Am I crazy? It makes sense. All right, well, if that's the case, then all right, I understand. But still, I take that as a anybody who says scroll up or can you answer my question or something like that. I view that as trolling. So if it's not trolling, sorry, but I got to protect myself. It's very easy for people to say dumb shit to me and waste everybody's time. So sorry. Let's see here. Dirty says I can play a few CKY songs, dude. I can't play any. Good for you. Yeah. See what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that say dumb shit to me. You can't go on a live stream without having people come in and just being obnoxious. I'll tell you something. This is true. We had a guy that was like a KKK, like fanatic, who used to follow me onto this channel, and he would post a bunch of crazy shit until I figured out how to stop him. And he still does it, but I have ways to stop him from doing it. But yeah, it's crazy. Sky Ranger says, to be fair, I feel like out of all places, I'd go crazy in a Burger King for no reason. Oh, I think the punctuation made that read weird. Let me read that again. To be fair, I feel like out of all the places I'd go crazy, in a Burger King. Nope, that still doesn't kind of make sense. I think that sentence needs work. But I think I know what you're trying to say. Rosie says, that's what my friend does to me, and she just says to scroll up. Like, why can't you just read me? It's 2 numbers. What? That's funny. That's funny, dude. If it's just 2 people, yeah, then that person's being a jerk. If there's enough people, then yeah, it's like, okay, I get it. But you got to think, like, it just kind of goes up. Dirty says, why didn't you stream for a few days a week? Oh, last week? I stream every day. I don't stream on the weekends sometimes. To be frank, I don't want to. I want to make sure I, am with my family, friends. I don't want to work on the weekends because that's when they're off. And if I have to stream, this just doesn't make sense. So I usually stream at night if I'm going to, but it's like late like this. So if it's during the week though, I'll usually let people know ahead of time. So we'll see. What? LeBob? Oh, so he was trolling. Oh, okay. See, that's why I don't do that shit. That's funny. What the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? Bald in Baltimore babies. Huh? That's very funny. See what I mean, chat? See what I mean? People, they'll do that shit. They'll do that. That's crazy. I told you. I said I don't like to do that because I feel like people are trolling. What'd he do? Immediately started saying weird shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out here. Sapphire says, hi, I'm back, but I'm in the hospital. I don't know who you are, so I don't know how you could be back. Also, you should probably not tell people you're in a hospital in a chat room. Let's see here. Sky Ranger says, okay, gaming hot take. Fortnite was never good. It was okay. It was fun for the first month or 2. I don't know how people could play that game for years. That blows me away. That shit's crazy. Like, it's a fun game, but like, there's not a lot of depth to it. You know what I mean? Like, I love Halo. I played Halo for like 2 or 3 years because there were multiple, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo, Reach. You know what I mean? That makes sense. But if it's like Fortnite, 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 what? I think because it was free, cross-platform, it was pretty fun. It latched onto an audience of like parents who did not want to get their kids a game, and then ironically they ended up spending more money than it would be if they just got them the game. You know what I mean? Because like the Fortnite bucks, it was like what, $2, $3, $10 here or there. That's how they get you. That's how they got it. It's very smart. It's very smart. Business wise, very smart. You do you breadcrumb. You know what I mean? You leave little purchases that lead up to the big purchases. Then you got them. Grand Theft Auto 5 did that. A lot of EA games do that. Tons of stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. Skyranger says, I think it was the new maps, but like the core gameplay is the same boring gameplay. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how people can play that game for so long because it's like, I get it. We got it. What you do is you either run and gun as fast as you can and get lucky. You have some sort of advantage over people meta-wise, like the double shotgun thing. You know what I mean? Like you have something, you have an advantage in the game. It could be skill, whatever it is. And then you just shred on people. That's it. Like I'm not going to say I was like amazing at Fortnite, but I remember playing it for the first 2 months and I'm like, okay, I've gotten number 1 a handful of times. I'm ready to move on. You know what I mean? It wasn't a challenge. But then again, if you play the game how it asks you to play it, like if you're careful, you're methodical, you make sure you wait in fights. Because if you just run like you think you're ninja, and you just I'm gonna shoot everybody, you're just gonna die immediately every time. But if you're actually methodical about it, you pick your battles, you'll win every time. It's crazy. Let's see here. Noodle says, Pat, you're an underrated streamer. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sapphire gives me a weird look. Hey, man, I'm not the other one. I'm not the person who is, telling people a bunch of weird shit about my life. Oh, wait, yes, I am. Skyranger says, yeah, like it's sort of fun, but to play for hours a day on end, nah. Yeah, I agree. It's got not a lot of depth. And again, I think it's because it was free and a lot of people had it. That was part of the longevity. It's good. So, Rosie says, I'm terrible at all games I try. Maybe you're playing the wrong games. What are you playing? What games you got out there? I'd like to know. Let me know what games you got. We're at 42% on this download, homies. This is abysmal. Why is this so slow? Whatever. Maybe I'll play Valheim in the meantime. We'll play something. This is taking forever. Forever. I don't want to play Valheim. I want to save that for later. We need something that's low effort. Not a lot going on. Something exciting to look at. Minecraft? I guess we play Minecraft. I can play Minecraft forever. Do I even have Minecraft on this computer still? Let me play Minecraft. Let me play Minecraft. Tyler says, are you that Destiny guy? Why is it that children think I look like every person who has facial hair? I don't get that. It's like an immediate giveaway that they're like a child. Or they're like really old and they still watch TV. It's one or the other. Let's see here. The Lonely says, have you ever played Cyberpunk? Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I played it for like a couple dozen hours. And for some reason, the story didn't grab me. The gameplay didn't grab me. It was beautiful looking, but like there was a bunch of shit in it that was like, this just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'll have to go back and try it again, but I put a lot of time into it to give it a chance, and I just didn't enjoy it. I think it was the lack of exploration in the game for me. Like, I like a Bethesda RPG where you just go out and do stuff, and you run into a story, and you get to play that little, mission or something like that. It's self-contained. It's like in this area. You go to this area, go to this area, and you're like, okay, I'm done. Then you go back to exploring. But Cyberpunk, I don't know. It just was like, go here, and now you're trapped in this building, and you have to do like stealth shit. I'm like, why? I don't want to be a stealth character. Why are you forcing me to be a stealth character? You know what I mean? It didn't really feel like an RPG. It felt like like a Metal Gear Solid. Not in the respect that it's stealth, but like in the fact that it's, here's your game, here's your story. You need to care about this. I'm like, why? I don't care about this. Let me just go do stuff. Let me have fun. You know what I mean? I don't care about this. It's like, you're now stuck in this building and you have to find this chip. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Let me out. Let me leave. And it was like, no. I was like, okay, I don't want to play this anymore. All right, I guess, is Minecraft up to date? How does this work? I don't know. We'll play Minecraft. Latest release 26.2. Is that the latest one? I don't know. We'll play Minecraft while we're waiting for this goddamn game to download. What are we at? 43%. We're almost halfway there. Thoughts on the Spider-Man games? Oh, those are great. Those are fun. Those are fun games. I enjoyed those. But they don't have really a lot of replay value, so it's like, all right. But they're good. I liked them. Combat was fun. Graphics are beautiful. The suits. I played Spider-Man on PlayStation 1, and I loved it. So I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's sick. I have the Spider-Man Jordans right here. These are the origin stories. Yeah, these are sick shoes. Okay, let's go options, video settings. How about not full screen? Can we not do full screen? Is that an option? Hold on a second, everybody. Full screen off. There we go. There we go. We got Minecraft. We're gonna play a little of the craft. Cool. Yeah, but yeah, these are the these are the these are the Jordans from Spider-Man's, what was it, Across the Universe, Spider-Verse? Yeah, these are cool. You know why these are cool? So I don't know if I can show you, but there's like little dots all over the shoe. I don't know if you can see that. So when you get a light, oh, I think I can do this. When you get a light, they shine. Let me get a light right here. So if you shine the light behind the camera, it should show up. Oh, let me maybe move this out of the way. I want to show it, damn it. You guys are going to think this is not that interesting. Can you see it? God damn it. Oh, you can kind of see it. Whatever. It shows up with your eyes. But yeah, they reflect and it looks really cool. You know what? We're not before I show the goddamn game, I'm showing off what that effect is because it is really cool looking. Spider-Man origin story Jordans. I'm showing it because it looks cool. Hell yeah. Save image. It looks sick as hell. And I'm not letting it not like show you guys. I'm showing you. Oh, come on. Why does it There's this thing. There's this thing that happens with Google now where you try to save an image and it's like, nah, you have to save it as a weird file. It's like, just let me get the image. I can get it anyways. Come on, Spider-Man. I'm spending time on this, god damn it. All right, here we go. Go to images. Here we go. Pictures. There we go. Look at this. This is how it looks in person. That's cool as hell. Don't lie. That's cool as hell. Isn't that sick? Look at that. That's what I see. When I shine the light, that's what I see. That's how much of a Spider-Man fan I am. Anyways, all right, let's play some games. God damn it, we got to do something. Okay, Jordan's, man. Single player. I guess we could create a new world. Yeah. What are we gonna call the world, everybody? What do we got? What are we calling this? Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. There we go. What are we calling it? Gnarly World. Call it Patrick. Finals. You guys are creative. Call it your name. Call it your band name. No, come on. We got to get more creative than that. For example, I called it Never Minecraft because I'm a big Nirvana fan. That was my last world. Got anything else? Anybody creative out there? Hold on, let me make this a little smaller. Anybody have a bright idea? Call it Waiting for Vain. Waiting in Vain! Noodle! We got it. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. And spelled V-A-I-N. So, okay, let's do it. Create new world. Yeah, there we go. What a genius. What a great idea, Noodle. Genius. All right. Oh, did I show you? It's me in the game. That's me. I have a Minecraft skin. I have a couple of them. You're probably thinking, oh, Pat, anybody can do that. Yeah? Guess what? You go to this, what is it, the Skindex? Look up Patrick Gnarly. I'm on that shit. And I didn't make them. Somebody else did. I made some of them, but other people made other ones. That's cool shit. Don't lie. I'm in Minecraft from a third-party app. All right, let's do this. What do we got here? Hello, chicken. Arise, chicken. Arise, chicken. All right, let's punch some trees. Make sure the game's still down. 46% my ass. Yep. Why are there so many chickens here? Who did this? Whose fault is this? When's the first time everybody played Minecraft? I played Minecraft when I was 18. I got it when it was in alpha. I got it in alpha. And they didn't even have weather in the game yet. They still had the red beds. Crazy. I got it pretty early. Minecraft's sick. All right, we got plenty of wood. Man, you can really get blocks from far away, dude. Forgot about that. Right, we got a lot of trees. God damn. One might say we're in a forest. Jesus Christ. Played in 2016. It's pretty late. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. I got lucky. I saw a trailer for it that a fan made. And I went, this looks incredible. Immediately got it. My brother got it. So good. A lot of fun. We're playing Minecraft. Sheep. Can I beat you? Can I get the... Let's just find out. Come on! Give me... There we go. Yes. That's perfect. You still got an Xbox 360? Nice. It's pretty good. All right. Squid. Can we talk about how squids are kind of lame? These are squid, right? Or are they octopus? I can't remember. I need to, like, increase my sensitivity. Hold on. Options. Is it video settings or controls? Of course not. Video settings. Nope. What the hell is the settings for controls? Controls, duh. Mouse settings. There we go. Yeah, we wanted it to be a little more than that. Oh, way better. Okay, now we can flick, dude. Let's see here. Yeah, the octopus. Are they squid or octopus? I can't remember. What are they? Hello, cow. That's what I say to your mom all the time. She doesn't like that joke. Can we just make wood? Cool. Squid, Lonely Tree, the only person who helped me. Thank you. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, first time I played Minecraft was when I was 18. And it came out. Saw the trailer. Some guy made a Minecraft trailer for it, and he loved it. I want to say it was within the first 6 months the game came out. And it was very, very fun. And then I remember I played on a server with a bunch of people. Oh, the forest is on fire. All right, we'll just move on. Take some of that. Mushrooms. And when the game came out, we didn't have weather. And then I remember I built all these really big, like, temples, like, levels and games you could play. Like, it had a scavenger hunt. You had to go find, like, passwords. You had to do platforming. You had to swim, puzzles. And then they released the weather update, and then my forest temple got snow in it. That really bothered me. Shouldn't have been a big deal, but it did. So. Damn, dude. Is this Oops All Forests? What the hell is this? What is this? An ox? Excuse me? When did they put those in the game? That just seems wrong. It's a cow? I don't know, man. It looks weird. We got berries. Whoops. Oh, shit. Ow! What the I don't remember that. It's been a while since I played this. We're at 49% on Vane. We're probably not playing it tonight. Thanks a lot, Vane. I'll just get that real quick. Ow! Jesus! The hitbox is nuts! It's out there, man. Oh, pumpkin. What is happening? Just pumpkins? Everything. And a little bit of everything. Can you just eat raw pumpkin? Can you do that? This game sucks. You can eat pumpkin, okay? Yeah, but I wanted to just pick the berries. I don't want to destroy nature like that. Plus, what if I need berries later? Will these berries give me diarrhea? I hate how when you eat certain foods in this game, he like burps. And I'm just like, dude, come on. He's like, I'm like, come on. Nobody eats like that. Come on. You're not drinking soda. You're a liar. You're doing that because you're in a video game. You're dumb. Well, actually, we should go back to this area. That cave.
I'm getting lost. Cool Killer says, got Patty playing Minecraft now? What do you mean now? You mean again? Dude, we played Minecraft in 2023 when I first started streaming. We had a whole server. We had a whole server for like 6 months to a year. And then some asshole decided to destroy it. So stupid, dude. He was one of the people that took care of it, and he just went nuts. All right, here we go. Ow! This game sucks. Okay, you can just destroy them. I feel guilty. I don't want to do it. Son of a bitch! I will destroy you! It hurt me. I hear an Enderman. Why are there Endermen so... Come on, let me just build a house first, bud. God damn it! Let me get the goddamn berries. Look at these bushes. What the fuck was that noise? I don't want to be around this area. This area is weird. I don't want to be involved at all. More berries. Damn! We should have named this fucking place Berryville. What did we call it? Waiting in vain? Such a clever title. Ah! A fox! What did you say? Are you my friend? Are we chill? These guys won't attack me, right? Foxes are chill. Excuse me. I have some cow meat. Beef. I have beef. Will you be my friend? Do you need... What are you, like a picky eater? Uh-oh, it's going to be dark soon. I forgot about that. The sun is going down. Almost jumped to my death. All right. I guess we'll go up here. This is where I'm going to build my first house. Has anyone ever heard of... Oh, shit. Iron. Cool. Has anyone ever heard of Easy Bake Oven? Anyone know what that is? Any iPad kids in here know what an Easy Bake Oven is? I was like, hey, I know what that is. You don't have to call us iPad kids. Excuse me, don't call me that. That's not what I am. Ooh, almost fell to my death. Alright, I guess we'll just chop down all these trees and shit. Excuse me, I know what it is, and I'm 13. Well, congratulations. Cool Killer says, my sister had one now, and she's a professional baker. Dude, that's badass. That is a great story. It'd be funny if you were like, yeah, she smokes a lot of pot. Oh! Alright, let me put this down. Can I make an axe? How do I do that again? Is this an axe? Yes, it is. Cool. I need to make a hole in the ground. Yeah, that would be a good joke. Tamagotchi? Oh, Vinny, I had a Tamagotchi. Those things, honestly, they kind of sucked. Like, they were fun at first, and then they just shit everywhere. For those of you who don't know what a Tamagotchi is, it was like a little... It was like pre-Game Boy, right around the Game Boy era. You're like, I don't care. And what it was a little trinket. It was about that big. And had a little screen on it. Put batteries in it. Some might call it an electronic device. And what you did with it is you had a little screen on it, and it had like a little pet. It was like a little alien pet guy. And you take care of it, you feed it, you name it, your little friend. But they sucked. Because they would make like a noise, and the noise would get you in trouble if you were at school or something, if you had it with you in school. Oh, it sucked. My parents were like, get that goddamn thing out of here. It's horrible. All right, now I have a wonderful place to live. We're doing well in Minecraft. I have a hole in the ground that I live. And it's going to be dark. You had Pogs? Oh, shit, Cool Killer. You had Pogs? I was actually after Pogs. So, Pogs were on the way out when I was a kid, so I thought they were lame. So, Didn't enjoy Pogs. Ozone says, I will send give gifts. Oh boy, do I believe you. Vinny says, I remember they died and turned into eggs and you could breed. You can breed them! Oh, breed. And change them. Yeah. It was pretty interesting. It was very intuitive, but it wasn't fun. Ozone actually did it. Holy shit. Well, making an ass out of me. I think we could survive. If we just... I don't hear any zombies. I think we're safe. This is beautiful, dude. Look at this gorgeous valley. I really hope nothing comes and kills me and stops me from enjoying this view. All right, we're going to make a dirt house. We're going to make a... zombies! We got to go. We're going back in the safety of our hole. I hope they don't wander in here. How will we know it's daytime? Good question. We're going to dig a hole that goes this way. And I'll see outside. That way I know what time it is. We'll see. Cool Killer says, I also caught the Beyblade wave. I played Beyblades a couple times in my early 20s. Somebody brought them to a party, and it was fucking awesome. Can you imagine being drunk and being like, let them rip! And you go, wow! And it goes, wah! And you're like, ah! And you're just screaming, and everybody's wasted. Oh, so much fun. Had a lot of fun doing that. Whoever brought those Beyblades, genius. That was very fun. Oh, genius. The ones on fire? What? They have flammable Beyblades? Get out of town. Oh, we found iron. Cool. We'll see how this goes. It's fascinating. Shit, we got zombies all over this place. This game is pretty good. I have a wooden axe. The vein is at 51%, folks. So if you want to see a real game, it'll be out there in probably next year. So we'll be playing Vein by next year. Cool Killer says people spin them in pans with fire and the wind fans the flames. Oh, so it's like not official. I was like, there's no way they would officially do that. Pumpkin seeds. Ooh. All right, so I'll make a pickaxe. We'll do that. Give me the iron. Oh, I can't. I think I get stone. Later, get stone. We've reached the Stone Age. Minecraft. You know what sucks? You know what sucks about streaming? They have this stupid light here. Here, let me move the light away. You have to have good lighting. Oops, almost fell. You have to have good lighting to have the camera look at you properly. And it fucks up the screen because I can't see as well. So in the dark, it's like, I can't see shit. The things you have to deal with. Temporary blindness. Not a great experience. Yep. You're probably thinking, Pat, why don't you just buy a non-glare screen? With what money? With what money? Okay, let's see here. We got some stone, got cobblestone. We'll make a stone pickaxe. Good. Give me that goddamn iron. Maybe someday we'll get actually good computer stuff. Or not computer stuff, but like lighting, the situation and stuff. No, the screen's bright. It's just there's a giant-ass light. So there's like a glare. You know what I'm saying? So I can see it. It's okay, but if it's dark, all I see... Like, here, I could actually simulate this for you guys. Watch. That's what my screen looks like. See all this haze? That's what my screen looks like. I can't see that well. Now it looks good for you guys. There's just like a haze over it. And you're probably thinking, Pat, it's just dirty. No, it's not dirty. It's a screen. It's capturing light. So, all right. Lonely Tree says, you got to smelt the iron now. Listen, buddy. No backseat gaming. All right? I know what I'm doing. Digging a hole in the ground. You know what's funny? I actually saw a guy who did that and actually meant it. It was very funny. Because they weren't actually telling him what to do. Dude, I can't remember who the guy was, but all the people were doing was saying heal. He had like probably 100, 200 people in the chat. And he's like, okay, guys, when I'm playing a game, you don't have to tell me to heal because I'm going to heal if I'm damaged. So I appreciate if you didn't backseat game. And I was like, dude, heal. No, but it was funny because it was like very low effort, low stakes. You know, it was like that when somebody's like, you need to smelt it. He just overreacted. And I was like, this is really funny. So. Cool Killer says, I usually carry a bed and torches for these night spots. I just started. We literally just started. So. Ooh, cool. Let's see here. Ghosty says, oh, Lord, I got jump scared. Hello to you as well. Jump scared? We're playing Minecraft. How could we... Ah! Sorry. I don't know what came over me. Sorry about that. Can the zombies die already, please? I'm trying. We're literally doing nothing. Well, what's funny is we're playing this game. I love Minecraft, but we're playing Minecraft because we're waiting for another game to load. So we're waiting while we're waiting. Meta waiting is what's going on right now, folks. It's a bad stream. Don't subscribe. Do not be here. You vibe with my energy? Don't you fucking Gen Z ass alpha talk me, alright? Don't you fucking talk to me like I vape. Don't talk to me like I've used Snapchat. Ah, my light! You're lucky. My light almost fell over. Distracted me and I forgot what I was talking about. But just know this. I meant it. Okay. We got him. Yo, Unc for real scared me. Alright, let's get out of here. Speaking of like Gen Alpha and Gen Z shit. Does anyone know what Sheetz is? Sheetz, the gas station? For my non-American viewers, there's a gas station called Sheetz in America, and it's pretty big. It's all over the country. Not everywhere, but all over. And they have an advertisement for a new hot dog. I shit you not. They call it the Big Glizzy. I'm going to die. Okay. You guys have infected the advertisements so badly that that's a real thing. That's a real thing. The Big Glizzy. That's on a fucking billboard near my house. You heard me. Actually, hold on. Can we pull it up? Chat. Jarvis, can we pull up the Big Glizzy? Hot dog. Yep. I'm not lying. This is one of the fucking advertisements. Hold on. We'll pull this up. We're pulling it up, chat. Hold on. This is your fault. Post a pic. I'll put it on the chat, dude. Window capture. That's real. This is your fault. Somebody went to marketing and said, we got to get these TikTok kids to eat our hot dogs. That's not even that big of a hot dog. That's like a slightly bigger hot dog. Look at it. This is your guys' fault. You're ruining America. by having me read words that appeal to a younger audience. You guys don't even have enough money to buy that hot dog. And neither do I. Anyways, that's real. That's a billboard near my house. The Big Glizzy. Yeah, it's like what I ordered Pizza Hut recently. This is real too. I ordered Pizza Hut recently, and I like pizza. They got the stuffed crust. On the box it says, "Ooh, yikes! You don't have the app." And I was like, "God damn it, dude!" I was like, "For real? For real? For real? For real? For real? For real?" Ooh, big yikes! That's not even relevant anymore. Nobody even says that. That's what makes it funnier. Just marketing. They're like, well, how do we appeal to the younger generation? How do we get kids to eat pizza these days? I know. We'll put some dumb shit slang that they said 5 years ago, which, isn't that big of a deal, but it's just funny. Old man yells at cloud while playing Minecraft. That's what's going on right now. Anybody have a slang term? Like, I remember when you guys were in my streams, you were just saying skibbity all the time. Like, literally all stream, it would be like skibbity. Skibbity. Now nobody says it. Explain that, internet. The slang is going at like 100 miles an hour and nobody can catch it. Corporations are scratching their heads going, what do kids say now? I went to Target recently. I saw a fucking skibbity toilet action figure. That's real. That's real. Somebody's buying that. I wonder who gets the money from that, because they're using Valve's stuff. You know what I mean? They didn't make that. They used assets from a video game. You know what I mean? I think Valve must be involved in it. Cool Killa, have you had this happen to you? Did you watch a movie or something recently and you're like, that's slang, but it's not even it's out of date now. This doesn't even make sense. We should make a stone pickaxe while I'm yelling about people and having words appear before my eyes and disappear. We should do this. Whoops. Give me that. Nope. It's just 2. It's been a while since I last played Minecraft. Nope. I need Nax. Every Tom Holland movie? Really? I've only seen him in Spider-Man. I know he's in the new Odyssey. That's all I know, though. Which, by the way, I thought this was really funny. If you look at the casting for that movie, it's basically a lot of superheroes. You got Robert Pattinson, who's Batman. You had the Catwoman. I can't remember her name, but she's a good actress. You had... who else did you have? What other superheroes are in that movie? I can't remember. I never watched it. There's quite a few superheroes. Or people that played superheroes. Anne Hathaway, thank you. Punisher, is he? Oh, he's in the movie? There you go. Tom Holland, Spider-Man. There's quite a few. And it's like, really? It's very weird. Speaking of dated things, yeah, superhero movies. Those are bad now. They kind of were the entire time, but I like a couple of them. Endgame was cool. Spider-Man was cool. The triple Spider-Man movie was cool. Can we get rid of these things faster? Can you die? Is that his name, Thomas Jane? I actually never saw Punisher. It looks good. People have talked about it forever. I didn't play it yet, though. Or watch it. Just getting rid of these trees right now. We're not doing anything interesting. People in the chat are like, you could have told that, or we could have told you that a minute ago. I know. Oh, the new Punisher is John Berthal? Oh. What's wrong with John? Thomas Jane was the early 2000s. Oh, from the movie with John Travolta? Really? Did they only make one? We've completely lost our audience now. This is now a show about the Punisher. Yep, I told you. Smash is like, I'm not sitting through this shit. This is bullshit. I came here to watch the game Vane. I don't see it. We're only at 56%, dude. This is unreal. This game is literally not going to download tonight. And I don't know why. Because my internet's great. Can I look this up? Hold on. Slow ass downloads from Steam. What's up? Yeah, I didn't set a limit. I picked the closest regional server. All right. Let's go to settings. Downloads. Let's see if that cranks it up. Nope. Still going slow. Oh, I'm kidding, Smash. I was joking. So I was like, we're talking about the Punisher. So I was like, let me move my camera down a little bit. Put that up. There we go. Maybe I should do this. Oh, you know what I can do with Minecraft? Hold on. I can do this. Yeah, there we go. Put myself, whoops. Put myself in the corner. Ha ha! Now we got a game. I like how my face is like almost the entire screen. I'll make it smaller. There we go. All right, we're zoomed in, baby. What you see is what you get. I'm surprised when we started playing Minecraft, all the questions stopped. Maybe we shouldn't play a game. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody's paying attention to the game. I don't think anybody... Is anybody paying attention to the game? We'll see. That's funny. Just still talking about Punisher, just so you guys know. Which I have not watched. So I have no comment. I saw the movie years ago, but I don't remember it. Dude, that's a view right there. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. All right, we got to make a house pronto. We're going to make a cabin. Let me make a shovel. I told you that I was like, this is now a show about the Punisher. That's so funny, dude. Smash says, never cared for Minecraft. I don't know what the point of it was. Oh, interesting. Well, it's just, you know, creative, fun, exploration, play with friends, build a house. There is like a goal, but it's like saying I don't understand Minecraft is like saying I don't understand Legos. Yeah, you just build stuff. Have fun. You know what I mean? There's no goal, but the goal is the journey. That's what I say about Valheim. The journey is the goal. You're just going out and doing stuff. You know what I mean? You don't beat Minecraft. You just are like you just take a break from it. It's great. I mean, albeit I'm only playing right now because I'm waiting for a game to download, and I still love it. It's a great game, but you know, unless you're playing with other people, then it's like, yeah, I could totally see that. One more. One more. It's like saying, what's the point of life? You just do stuff. It's vice. You just do stuff until you get bored and you stop. And you do something else. You know what I mean? That looks good. I like it. Bionicles? Dude! Speaking of Bionicles, Kinects. I used to play with Kinects as a kid. There was a computer game that they had. Look at me saying computer game. Computer game from Kinects. I was starting to watch a Let's Play of it because I never beat it as a kid. The changes video games have gone through are incredible. Watching me, I was like, how did I ever play this game? How could I have played this game? This is unbelievable. It is such a bad game, dude. Oh, we gotta get that shovel out. You build them without instructions? Dude, cool killer. That's pretty cool, dude. We're probably gonna get killed while making this. Dude, Bionicles were sick, though. But yeah, Kinects was right before Bionicles. You know what's weird? I watched a documentary about Bionicle because it was like a huge hit. It like saved Lego. Like, not a joke. If that was not good, Lego would have went bankrupt. But luckily it was like huge. But the problem with Bionicle is that like Lego's whole thing is build whatever you want, right? Like Minecraft. But with Bionicle, it's you're building a dude. You're building like a robot guy, right? So it kind of goes to the antithesis of what Lego is, which is be creative. Like, of course, you could build the thing in the box, right? We're all aware of the box. Like, I want to build the race car, right? I bought this to build the race car. But it's interesting because, yeah, Bionicle, it's not about... Oh, shit, something's going... Ah! You just 360 no-scope me! Get out of here! Did you see him? He like went, woo! That was funny. Anyways, yeah, it's just really interesting because yeah, like the parts aren't really interchangeable. That's what's weird about it. It's not designed to be that way. So it's funny that it goes against their entire mentality, but it was such a big hit. They were like, how do we have to keep making these. This is huge. Can you make a door? But yeah, watch. I was like, I never really noticed that. You just saw it as what it is. It's like, oh, it's a cool dude you could build. Like that's the game, or that's the appeal. I'm building a robot guy. What was that other? There was an anime. Oh, hold on. Let me try something here real quick. I want to see my. See my axe in the game. There we go. You see what I mean? Ghosty says, when was this a huge thing? I was sheltered my whole life. You might have been sheltered. Are you talking about when Bionicle was huge? I'm going to say 2001, 2003. My axe broke. It was huge. Yeah, oh, not Gundam. Gundam's huge too, but it's like Gunpla. It's like, oh shit. It's like Gundam. Bots? Something bots. There was like a yellow guy. His name was like B or something. Hold on. GoBots? No, it couldn't be GoBots. No, that's funny. Transformers ass looking shit. Anime with bots. Fighting. That's like every anime. What's that anime with robots fighting? Metabots. Metabots. I used to watch Metabots as a kid. I thought that was pretty cool. Metabots was it's just Gundam, but smaller. It's not anti-war. It's just dumb. It's just dumb shit. Yeah, I just described basically every show on television in history in Japan. What's that one show with the robots fighting? That's just Japan. I just described Japan. Thank you. But yeah, I didn't. Yeah, if you've never played with not Gundam, if you never played with Bionicle, it was just a pretty neat like CGI show. 2000s. I want to say 2004, if I had to guess. And yeah, it was just a fun experience. You get to build the guys. They had like cool masks. That was like part of the thing. They were kind of like Power Rangers. There was a green guy. There was a red guy. There was a blue guy. But the appeal was you built them. And then he had like they had like a gear thing in the back when they could like move and karate chop. Yeah. Toys, man. There was good toys. Dude, I worked at Target years and years ago, and I was in the computer section, which really meant I was really one of the toy people, which was very annoying because I didn't think I was going to be doing that, but it's right next to each other. If you go to a Target, the toy section's right next to electronics. Anyways, yeah, kids, they didn't buy action figures as much. It was mostly like wall dolls. You ever heard of those? And blind bag toys. It was all gambling. I'm not even joking. It was all gambling. Like, I understand Pokemon cards were a thing for a while, and they still are. But, I mean, everything was gambling. So that you would buy a toy, and you're like, you're not sure what's in the bag. So, I was like, why the fuck would you do that? All for everything. And they weren't even good toys if you got them. Like, in no way were they entertaining or interesting. And I remember kids would come up and they'd be like, can I buy this? And I'm like, what is this? What is the... Like, you open the bag up, and it's like a little figure like that big, and he sucks. You couldn't do anything with him. It was just for collecting. It was so weird. Yeah, we had Toys R Us. Lonely Tree, you ever play Pokemon Go? Yeah. Pokemon Go was really fun when it came out. It was a lot of... That was like a really... interesting moment in history. We were that close to like having a community, like a real, like, oh, I didn't know you were like, I saw people I hadn't seen in years. I was like, oh, you're playing Pokemon too? Oh, let's go. We'll do it together. Come with me. You're going Saturday? All right, dude, not a joke. I remember there was a situation. There was a town where I used to live in Virginia called Occoquan. Real tiny little town. Beautiful, beautiful little town. They called it Pokequan because they had like gyms on either side of the street. It was a very small town. But you could drive, or not drive, you could walk between the gyms. They would reset. Not a joke. Hundreds of people there. I remember overhearing the business. Like they had bars and stuff there. They had like little cake shops and stuff. And I remember one of the guys came out and he's like, what is going on? And I heard another guy go, it's just a fad. It'll go away. And he was right. But damn, dude. So many people were doing that. And I get it's still out there, but they fumbled it. They fumbled Pokemon Go so bad. People's phones were overheating. Oh my God, dude. So much fun. I remember my brother almost got in an accident. That shit was so funny. Because he had like 4 people in the car, right? We had 4 people in the car. He's driving. And I'm like, Willie, my brother's name's Willie. I was like, pull over here. And he didn't want to pull over. I'm like, there's nobody on the road. Nobody's there. We're like, just pull over. And he's like, no. So I grabbed the wheel. Like an asshole. You never do that in a car. You never grab the wheel. But I remember I grabbed the one. He went, don't you ever touch the wheel. He got really mad. Took us home. I was like, dude, just pull over. We needed to like get the gym. I mean, he was right to get mad, but at the same time, it's like if you're gonna drive people playing that game, you know what you're in for. Come on. You don't offer to drive and then not pull over for the gyms, man. And again, nobody was. It was a very high visibility road. We could have seen somebody coming. Come on, come on. But anyways, that was the last time he did that. He's like, I'm not doing this anymore. It was like the first time. Come on, man. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Pokemon Go. Did anyone else still play that? See, I don't understand. We were talking about Fortnite earlier. I just can't imagine playing Pokemon Go for more than like, I don't know, the summer. Pokemon Go that summer was nuts. Hundreds of people, thousands of people on the streets. Couldn't do it. Smash says, hell no. I'll tell you what, though, dude. I mean, it could have been something. It really could have. It's back to the cards now. Oh, they never left, baby. The cards, they went into hibernation. Dude, I sold a lot of my cards during COVID. Made a couple $100. Very happy about that. Kept a lot of them. So got them graded. Not a big card guy, but I had some stuff from childhood. Made a decent chunk of money. So, but I still have a lot of the good stuff too. Sold all of my Charizards. A couple $100. Pretty happy about that. Flappy Bird. That's still around in ways. That still exists. I gotta eat food, dude. I'm being stupid. Talking too much. Yeah, the cards, like, I can't believe people are doing what they're doing with the cards. Getting shitty with people, robbing people. It's amazing how people investing money into something ruins it. Like, I play guitar, and I like guitars a lot. Sneaker collecting, I don't sneaker collect anymore because it's all scams. It's all people buying fakes, which is so sad. And then you're thinking, Pat, they're shoes. Who gives a shit? I know. But they are interesting. There's a couple really interesting stories with them and, you know, colorways that represent stuff. And it's like the Spider-Man stuff I was showing off. Like, that's cool. It's not $500 cool, but it's, you know, it's fun to have. But, dude, I knew more people that were buying fakes off of the black market and then selling them to people for hundreds of dollars and scamming them. And I was like, I can't do it. Cool, Kelly, you gotta go? All right, buddy. See you later, bud. Yeah, it's terrible. Just not a good experience. Oh, shit, we need more tree. Smash says, it was fun for the first months, but it was just repetitive with the same Pokemon. Yeah. You know what they could have done, too, was let us battle. Then it would have made more sense. That would have been more fun if it was just Pokemon. If they literally just made Pokemon, but you had to go out and get them. That would have been perfect. That would have been money. They could have made a ton of money. Sell it. Sell the game. Like, don't do microtransactions. Just sell the game. Right? And just run it. That would have been perfect. They would have made millions. Billions of dollars they could have made. Hell, have an expansion every so often. Cool, do it. Put skins on them. Do it. You don't have to buy them. It would have been great. It would have been really great. Lithium says, Pat, what's your favorite type of guitar? I like Strats. I like Jaguars. I like Les Pauls. I have more Les Pauls than I do Jaguars now, but I'm trying to buy a Jaguar next. I don't have the money. We'll see about that. Hopefully one day. I think most of my guitar buying's over, too, thankfully. It's not actually as expensive as you think. Guitars are expensive, but they're not that expensive. Try buying a cello. Get back to me if you think guitar is expensive. It's not. It's not. Very cheap. All things compared. Lillian says, I personally enjoy Jackson's and Dimebag's guitars. It's because you like metal. And that's okay. I think Jackson makes some good guitars too. I have a Jackson something. I don't remember what it is. It's cheap, but I like it. I just don't like the flat, wide necks. You know what's funny? Now that I've gotten older, I'm okay with them. I like the rounder necks, but they're okay. Lonely says, have you ever played a Oscar Schmidt? Oh, the brand. Yes. Was not memorable. There is a guy selling one near me that looks like an SG, and it looks really good. But I think I played an acoustic or two from Oscar Schmidt. It's spelled Schmidt with a D or T, I think. They're okay. Let's see here. We got our house now. Vane is at 64%. We're not making it tonight. It's not going to happen. This is a very sad house. We need to put windows up, bud. Yeah, we need some windows in this cabin. Make it look pretty. Don't underestimate the power of a window, folks. Windows are important. You have a semi-hollow body? Yeah, let's talk about guitars. Anybody talk about guitars? I used to sell guitars for years. I know the shit out of guitars. Ask me anything. We'll figure it out. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about guitars. Let's do it. Sold them for, I don't know, 15 years, 10 years, something like that. Ghost says, I try to buy several cars. Oh yeah. Yep. I was into cars for a long time. I still am. I like cars. You're preaching to the choir, man. I used to have a Focus RS. I saw one today after I sold mine 3 or 4 years ago. I almost cried. I was like, I missed that car. God damn, do I love that car. The Focus RS is so goddamn fun. They're still worth what I paid, too. I could literally buy the same car I bought, same price, and it's been 7 or 6 years, 5 years, something like that. I don't know. It's been a while. The Rhodes, the Concorde, great guitar. Those are cool. Very well built. I like them. Opinion on the Firebird? Cool looking guitar. Not as comfortable as you think. Very neck heavy. That headstock is not designed to be good for like playability. They asked a guy from Cadillac to design it. And I do like how they look. They sound great. I mean, they're not that different than any other Gibson. But they're just, you have to play them standing up. You play them sitting down. I don't know, the neck's really big. And it's like really over to the left. It's not like an Explorer. The Explorer is pretty well balanced. And so is the Flying V. You have to stand up playing that, but at least it like really fits well. I used to have a Flying V. I still kick myself for selling it. Great guitar, but you can't sit down with it. And I play a lot sitting down, so just can't do it. Yeah. Hetfield Explorers are sick. They're good. Yeah, Hetfield knows what he's doing. He actually has a fake Flying V. I didn't know this. The Flying V he used for years is a fake. It's just a bolt-on neck, like copy. I did not know that. He got tricked into buying it too, which I always feel bad about. But he wrote a lot of good songs on it, so whatever. But yeah, that bothers me. Feel bad. All right, we need some more windows. Should we do one there and there? Let's do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Yep. It's good Explorers. Actually, that doesn't look right. I don't know what I want to put there. Maybe that? Oh, not dirt. Jesus. Have I played bass at all? Yeah, I played bass. I don't like it. It's kind of boring. Even though it'd be easier for me to play bass than guitar for singing, for at least when I'm playing, I just don't enjoy it. Something about it, just I don't enjoy it. I think it's because a lot of the bass parts that the songs I enjoy are just root notes. It's like I'd rather play guitar. Also, basses are I got small hands. I'm not a big hand guy. I'm not a big guy. So like I find that bass players gravitate towards bass if they're much taller. So it makes sense. Let's see. Ghosty says, my cousin likes guitars and whatnot. She has a few. Don't ask me what types because I'm stupid. You're not stupid. You just don't know. She likes playing Teen Spirit and 3 Days Grace. That sounds about right. Those are popular songs. Smells like Teen Spirit, baby. It's good stuff. All right, so let's get us. Let's Minecraft. Super. Lithium says people don't appreciate how good Alice in Chains and Nirvana is. They did so much for the genre. They are the genre. I think they are grunge. There's only 5 grunge bands, and I think most people agree with that. I'd say there may be 6, but yeah, it's just the 5, and then after that, it's post grunge. Isn't that weird? So weird. All right, so we got cobblestone. We got some iron. Dude, this game's not even downloading. It's literally at 0. It's not even downloading. I don't get it. What is going on, Valve? Come on, Volvo. I might as well just give up fucking downloading it if it's going to be like this every time. Jesus Christ. Anyways. No, they're yeah, Alice in Chains, they're all so good. They're all great bands. I just don't like it when people try to say one's better than the other. Cuz it just doesn't make sense. Music's music. Like just like the band. I don't get why people do that. And I hate to say this. A lot of Alice in Chains fans are very bitter about Nirvana, and I don't get it. They're both good bands. And I've seen a lot of Nirvana fans be very bitter about Alice in Chains, and I'm like, you guys are so lame. I don't get it. They're both good. It's so weird to have people get upset about both bands and be like, yeah, but Nirvana's better. It's like, why does that matter? Yeah, but Alice in Chains is better. It's very immature. I don't get it. And for some reason, yeah, they're the worst offenders. I think it's because they have a younger fan base, so they have like weird problems with being unpopular or something. Like talk to a Soundgarden fan. They don't do that. Talk to a Pearl Jam fan. They don't do that at all. Like not even a little bit. It's mainly Alice in Chains fans and Nirvana fans. And it's super weird. I don't get why they do that. Super. I think we should get a shovel. Okay. Oh, hello, sir. Get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. Yeah, it's just like, I don't get why there's a competition. There's not a competition. Because there's like no answer to it. It's a pointless question. Who do you like better is different. Who is better? That's like, what are you going to measure? Album sales? Who gives a shit? Concert sales? Selling out? Who's still relevant? Doesn't matter. It's what do you like? That's what matters. Everything else is lame. Gotta get her health up, dude. Yeah, Slipknot had some great albums. The last album I enjoyed from them was Volume 3, Subliminal. Everything after that I kind of tuned out. Not that it's bad, I just haven't listened to it. But yeah, they're great. They got some good stuff. Oh, Mushroomhead. Mushroomhead fans hate Slipknot. I saw a Mushroomhead concert with my cousin Josh. Shout out to my cousin Josh. And it was very, very weird. The amount of people that were like, fuck Slipknot? And I was like, this is weirdly uncalled for. And I get it, they like have a beef or something, but I'm like, dude, you cannot have a show where half the show is people complaining about another band. It looks very petty and disturbing and sad. Oh, I picked up an egg. Shout out. Blue egg. Excuse me? Blue. Oh, Enderman. Great. Don't fuck with me, man. I'm just trying to get food. All right, pal? Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, they're all good. I'm just shocked, personally, that new... Oh, shit. Hold on. Excuse me. No! 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 Back off! Oh, shit. Ah! Chill out. Are we cool? Are we cool? All right. Yeah, I'm surprised those bands are, like, not only relevant, but very popular. Like, don't get me wrong, they're good bands, but I'm just like, what happened? They never really went away. Something with marketing and TikTok, I don't know. Deftones is... Oh, shit. Okay, all right. Let's not do this. Let's not do this, okay? Let's not... I have a house! Let's not do this. Son of a... I'm gonna die. No! This game sucks. I have no idea where my house is. Truthfully. I don't know where my house is. I think I went this way. I didn't make a bed. Lithium, I answered your question. You not listen to me? You guys ask things and then just tune me out? Why do you guys do this to me? Not only did I answer your question, I gave you like a whole spiel about them. Lithium, you disappoint me. I literally gave you a whole answer. You bastard. I'm not responding to it now. Because I was talking to you earlier, you apparently weren't listening. Unbelievable. Oh, shit. We're gonna die. See if I can find my house. No! No! Oh, God, berries. Ow! Ow! Let me get to my house! Just let me get to my house! Oh, great. Oh, God. The Jins, you don't even like the Jins. Nobody likes the Jins. Everybody just thinks the guy looks like Kurt Cobain. That's their career. Every person who talks about the Jins is a Nirvana fan. And there's like no overlap. You guys are so predictable. I don't get it. I seriously don't understand. They sound nothing alike. The Jins, he just looks like Kurt Cobain. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh, I don't have a shovel anymore, do I? All right. Literally, every time I hear about the Jins, they're like, this guy looks like Kurt Cobain. And I'm like, dude, if that's what it takes to have a career these days, it's insane. I don't get it. I don't care if you say you like them. Everybody who says that, I'm just like, I don't get it. I just don't understand. The whole reason people listen to them is because the lead singer looks like Kurt Cobain. Because every time I say, oh, what songs do you like? What bands do you like? What albums do you like? They say like the same 3 songs. I don't get it. It is like saying, what's your favorite restaurant? Or like, what's good to eat around here? You'd be like, Dude, there's this place called McDonald's. It's like, what? Like, is there anything actually not that's been beamed into your brain from advertising? Do you have any original thought whatsoever? No, he looks like Kurt Cobain. Every time I hear about the Gins, every single time. I don't know what it is. It's like when people listen to my music and they'll look at other songs from my band and they'll be like, that's very Nirvana. But it'll be like one of the songs that's not very grungy or very like rock and roll. Like people say Featherweight sounds like Nirvana. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Is that the only thing you can compare it to? I don't get it. Crazy. I don't get it. Like, I understand some songs of mine, you could definitely hear a lot of grunge, a lot of alt rock kind of thing going on. Makes sense. But they'll listen to like Nowhere Man. They're like, yeah, very Nirvana coded. And I'm like, do you have nothing to compare music to? That doesn't make any sense. The Gins. I love the Gins. What do you like about them? They got good music. Uh huh. What about, you got anything else about them? Yeah, the lead singer looks like Kurt Cobain. I'm just like, God damn it, dude. I don't hear it. I don't hear the song. Like here, what let's get this straight. Hold on, everybody. Let's get it straight. Lonely Tree. What is one of the songs you'd recommend from the Gins? Watch. Let's do it. And it's gonna be one of the songs that literally pops up as soon as you type their band in. Yep, that's the number one song everybody says. What's the other one everybody says? Hold on. Let me go to YouTube. Hold on. Is it She Said? I don't get it. How does a song? Hold on. How many views does it have? Let me make a point here. How does a band? This is a big single that came out a couple months ago. How does a band have 100,000 views, right, for one song, but be constantly mentioned all over the place? People talk about it more than they listen to it. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. The Gins is a perfect example of a band that gets talked about more than it gets actually listened to. Because he looks like Kurt Cobain. That's what I'm talking about. Because, like, for example, Zoe, who's a mod here, friend of the show, I remember she's like, I like the Gins. And I'm like, okay. Have you listened to like a whole record from them? And she's like, no. Yeah, I mean, I listened to some songs. I'm like, they get talked about far more than the people actually listen to them. And I don't get it. I don't get it. So that's my point. If they truly were like a popular band that people really enjoyed listening to, I wouldn't hear about them so much as I would hear stuff using their music. Does that make sense? Like when I hear Led Zeppelin, it's on the radio or in a movie or like, well, maybe not a movie necessarily, but people talking about them in a movie, people talking about how great musicians they are. The Gins, it's just a topic, a conversation. And you know what? This is no disrespect to the Gins. I'm sure they're talented musicians and all that jazz. But again, people talk about them far more than they actually listen to them. And that's no dissing you. I know you're a kid because you only bring up the Gins if you're a kid. It's the only way I listen to people mention the Gins is if they have a limited music taste and they only talk about bands they heard on a video. You know what I mean? And that's okay. That's the dead giveaway. It's like, oh, okay. Old man shakes fist at cloud for 25 minutes while waiting for a game to download. All right, so we got our house. We need to get stuff. We got our little cabin. We need stuff. We got a little cave down there. We need to get a bucket. Is there a cave down here? We need food. I'm just playing this all wrong, man. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Just went on a rant about the gins for 20 minutes. When I could have been mining. Ghosty says, Insane Clown Posse. That was a group I grew up hearing them when I was young. No, like they have a dedicated fan base. I used to date a girl who was a big fan. Actually, I knew a couple girls that liked them. It's a band somehow that appeals to women. They don't seem like it, but apparently they do. Let's see here. But yeah, apparently a lot of folks like them. Oh, we got some stuff here. Anybody gonna come out of here and kill me? Get out of here! Just lost a bunch of my health. All right. I need to make a bed. Oh shit! Ah! Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's like a weird thing going on with like social media. And I mean, I guess it just kind of, it's natural. But there's like a loop that a lot of bands are in right now with social media where, what the hell? Oh, all right, we got to go. Where people keep listening to them. They get popular. More people listen to them. They get popular. But they're the same couple bands, and it's very weird. I'm going to die. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 Days Grace, Seether. Bands that actually were not that popular back in the day. They were pretty, like, they had some success. But for some reason, they're much more successful now, and I'm like, what's going on here? So I think there's like a big feedback loop with a lot of bands going on. Ooh, iron. I'm going to get this iron. I don't know what it is. There's something going on. Maybe it's the record labels. Maybe they figured out how to, use the algorithm. But all I know is they're not as popular. They weren't as popular back then versus now. It's very confusing. Like, Deftones have been popular for a while. But they blew up recently. And I'm like, what's going on here? And I mean, they've always had a presence. But now they're selling out stadiums. I don't think they've always been stadiums. You know what I mean? Is anybody a Deftones fan? Anybody know what I'm talking about? There's a difference between being a popular band and then releasing a good album and then reigniting your success. And then randomly, all of a sudden, you're playing tours and stadiums and worldwide far more than you were when the music came out. Does that make sense? Typically, it's like when it comes out. It's weird. All right, where's our house? I'll give you an example of an organic way that a band, or not a band, but something wasn't popular and then it became popular. Cowboy Bebop, the anime. Apparently, Cowboy Bebop, it was like absolutely destined to fail. Apparently, they aired the episodes in Japan for the show. If you don't know what the show is, Cowboy Bebop's an incredible anime. It's like Western. I mean, like cowboys, Western. It's like a noir, so like detectives, cigarette smoking everywhere. It's like an action movie. It's like kung fu. It's everything you could think of that's really good. Put into one thing. Space travel, science fiction. It's great. Anyways, the reason I'm bringing it up is because Japan basically screwed them over. They aired the episodes out of order for some reason, and it wasn't very popular because of that. And it basically lost all steam it could have had. And so it came to the States. The States got like creative control over it a little more with editing and like voice acting, stuff like that. And it blew up. And the people that got the rights were Toonami, which is Cartoon Network, which is huge. So it got a worldwide audience from just that, right? It got one big like push, and it was deserved and they got everything it wanted. So stuff like that makes sense when it gets a push, when it had worldwide distribution, when it didn't before. But now it's like, what's happening? Nothing's making sense anymore. It's very weird. So, Lithium says, I haven't been playing guitar consistently. What final song should I learn? Anyone can answer to. Oh, dude, whatever you like. You should always play music you like. If you're trying to play music that other people want you to play, you're just gonna end up writing stuff that's like not writing stuff, but learning it dishonestly. You should always just play the songs you like. Yeah, just go out and check it out. You should always just really focus on what you enjoy. Yeah, the moment you start trying to play, because obviously you're playing for other people, but you should play what you want for other people. Does that make sense? Like, don't make dinner for other people the way you want to eat. Make it so that they enjoy it. But don't make something that you don't enjoy, because you got to eat it too. Does that make sense? You got to do it. That's my advice. Just learn songs that you want to learn. There's a compromise, which is learn something you want as well as stuff other people want if you want to perform. But if you just want to play in your bedroom, just learn whatever you want. It's good stuff. I don't play, dude, finals is just me. Dude, finals is just my music. So, like, when you say stuff like, I don't have anyone to play with, I mean, it's not for everybody. But I'm telling you right now, you can write music without people. You want to write a song right now? Let's write a song. I got you. I got my guitar. It's probably a little too quiet. Oh, I'm playing Minecraft. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'll write a song for you right now. You'll be all right. Let's make some torches. We got food. So let's cook some food. Oh, wait, you got to put in the oven. That's right. Cook it up. Cook it up. Yeah, writing music should be as natural as listening to music. Does that make sense? You don't listen to bands you don't like. So you shouldn't learn songs you don't like. Just find stuff you enjoy. We got some food. Got a skeleton outside my door. Hey, asshole skeleton. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You suck shit. Stay out there. We still gotta get more iron. This we can take this dirt out of our inventory. We don't really need that. Need all this dirt. Lithium says, Pat, do you do drums and bass yourself? Yep, all of it. If you see finals, that's me. There's a couple songs where it's like me with somebody else. It's very rare. I often don't work with other people because they tend to be not reliable. So I can't stand that. Don't like it. So I don't tend to play music with people that aren't reliable. That's happened many, many, many times to the point where I just kind of don't do it anymore. I mean, hell, there was a message. Somebody sent me a message recently to my email. Not even email for like people to do business propositions, like partnerships, sponsorships, things like that, which just, add some stuff. But yeah, it's some kids message me like, "Hey Patrick, can we play music with you? Can you sing on our album?" And I hate to say this because, like, on one hand, I always like to encourage people to make music. I always want to be very fair and like give people a fair shake. And like, I was like, okay, I'll see what it is. I have an open mind. Like, just what do you want me to do? But it turned out they were like fucking 13 and 14-year-olds, and I'm like, you guys, I'm not trying to be on your album album. Like, can you imagine? That's like going up to McDonald's and be like, "Hey, can you guys come to my house and make food there?" It's like, no, dude, they're a business. I'm a business. Like right now, we're kind of just hanging out. This is kind of just for fun because I'm up anyways. But it's like you don't message a brand, you don't message Snickers, right? You don't message, I don't know, the local insurance company and be like, "Hey, can you help me with my math homework?" It's like I get it. Again, I want to be encouraging those people, but I've had people reach out to me like that, and I'm like, "You guys, I don't do that. I don't do that stuff." So it's like I have to write my own music myself because I get these jokers that come out and they're like, they're not aware of how serious I am about this stuff. Like you got to think. Let's say I did record with them. How's that going to work? Who's going to get paid? And they're like, they're not. I'm not going to get paid. It's like if I'm not going to get paid, I'm not going to do it. You know, I have way too much stuff. It's weird. It's weird how people do that. They just again, it's kids. They don't know what's going on. It's that whole gins thing, like I was talking about earlier. People talk about stuff way more than they actually do stuff. So I don't know. It's weird. Like I wouldn't message Phil X, who's also a very, very he's a great guitar player, songwriter, excellent singer. I wouldn't message him to be like, "Hey, you want to be on my album?" He'd be like, "No, I play with Bon Jovi." You know? He'd be like, "Why? For what reason?" I'd have to give a reason to do it. So it's like I just do everything myself. Spruce. You know what? Actually, too, I think I'm going to pause Minecraft for a bit. I want to go back to chatting. I want to go back to mainly chatting. That's what I want to do right now. I want to chat. We're going to chat it up. That's what we're doing right now. Yeah, tap the screen if you guys want to talk about music, guitar, gaming, streaming, whatever. We'll talk about it. Let's see here. Lonely Tree says, "Yeah, I don't understand why people who have never actually listened to any of their stuff come out of nowhere and say they were such great fans." I don't think it's that way. I think it's when people die, there's a resurgence because the news, it's new, right? You could be alive for 50 years, 30 years, whatever. The moment you die, it's like that's news. It doesn't matter if you released an album recently, it doesn't matter if you got a new car, if you sold your car, if you got married, that's somewhat news, but when somebody dies, that's when people go, "Oh, I don't know who that is. I'm going to see who they are." Like when David Bowie died. I used to work at a music store. A lot of people came in and they were like, "Oh, I've heard Bowie died. I'm going to buy some albums." And it's like, okay, it makes sense. When people die, that's part of the reason Nirvana is so popular. I love Nirvana because they're my favorite band. But the reason Nirvana is so popular is because Kurt died in such a visceral way, kind of not at the height, but near the height of his popularity. So it crystallized, just like Hendrix. When he died, like he couldn't go down now. He couldn't lose any of that fame. He's very popular, wrote a lot of good songs. He wasn't able to fall into obscurity. Now he's the guy who killed himself when he was a musician, right? When Lane died, it was, oh, he died of an overdose. It's like, oh, that sucks. It's another person people martyr. But I'll tell you what, it's very weird. Not a lot of people say rest in peace Kurt, but they say rest in peace Lane. It's very weird. I've noticed that. But again, it's when you die, your circumstances you die, that's news. So people, what's going on? So you got to think, when people become a Nirvana fan, they find out pretty quickly, or maybe they've always known, that he killed himself. He's dead. And that pushes things further. It makes things churn more. So it's a constant conversation. Who is this? Oh, this is Nirvana. Oh, I like this song. Do they have any other albums? They do, but the lead singer killed himself, so they don't have any more stuff. Oh, that's so bad. I'm going to keep listening to this. What is this you're listening to? See what I mean? It just kind of perpetuates. Because if there was no death, it'd be, what band is this? Oh, it's the Strokes. Oh, cool. They got any other stuff? Well, they released a new album recently. It wasn't that good, but they have some old albums that are really great. Okay, I'll give them a shot. See, it's not as interesting of a, oh, I need to go in a deep dive with this. So it's very strange. Talking about bass. Lithium says, I want to write like an experimental album. Oh, can we get some taps on the screen again? Sorry, I know it's annoying, but I want to get some fresh blood in here. Get some new people. Let's get some hearts. Get some people hanging out. You know what? I'm going to put a little thing down there. I'll put a picture of a guitar or something like that. You know what I mean? Let's do that. Let's dress it up. Look at a picture real quick. Oh, you mean people lying about listening to them for a while? I think that's your teenager brain kind of coming out, because I don't think a lot of people do that. I think teenagers do that. Adults don't really do that. People don't lie about being fans of stuff that often. So I think that's just because they're immature. Yeah, they're being immature. All right, let's go pull that up, because they'll do that with anything. That doesn't seem particular about bands. It's like you could ask someone if they saw a TV show or a movie, and they might lie about it to make sure that they don't seem lame. You know, I'm sure that's what happens. Where did I save this damn picture? Oh, it's on my desktop. Okay. I'm gonna put a band practice thing down there. Does that fuck up the chat? Is it hard to see what the chat is with that down there? I'll see. Lithium says people with those Nirvana sweatshirts that don't know they're a band. You know what's funny? I'm gonna fuck up your mind a little bit. More people talk about that than it actually happens. I don't know a lot of people that have Nirvana shirts and stuff who don't know they're a band. I think Nirvana fans make that joke more than it happens. So that's definitely a thing. Lithium says, Pat, how did finals come about? Well, I used to be in a band called Last Armistice. Terrible band name. And I used to play music in the Washington, D.C. area. And while I was playing music with them, things were going pretty well, surprisingly. We got to play on a radio, college radio station. That was pretty cool. We got to play at the National down in Richmond, which was a big venue. We got to do cool stuff. But towards the end, it kind of fizzled out because our drummer started like not showing up to practices, and he also like went to jail. I don't know. He had some jail problem. And then our bass player left because he wanted to get married and like settle down. And then after that, it was me and Steve, who's my other guitar player, who's a genius. After that, he was like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to focus on rock climbing. And he's a great rock climber, so worked out for him. But yeah, after that, I was like, fuck all this other musician shit, because I've been trying to play music with people forever. And it's just like, I was like, this is terrible. I'm just going to play music myself. So I made finals as my, like Tame Impala, just me making music thing. And it worked. But it took a while. It took a couple of years. Once I started treating social media seriously, it worked. Here I am. Here I am on a totally unrelated stream where I'm just hanging out. We're just chatting. So we're waiting for a game to download still, which it's at 79%. So, but yeah, that's how it came out. Terraria says, Pat, what amp are you tapping the screen? I'm not answering more questions until I get some taps on the screen. Let me get some taps. I can see when you're tapping. Oop, I got a couple there. One person, two people are tapping. We got to get some taps. Gotta get some taps. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. There we go. All right, there we go. Terraria says, Pat, what amp would you suggest for a bass? Doesn't matter. Bass. You're not going to show up on recordings, unfortunately, because most people listen to their phones. But if you're trying to play live, it depends on how much money you have. What do you want to do? But honestly, whatever's in your budget, just get it. Acoustic makes good bass amps, which is funny because they're called acoustic. Ampeg makes probably the best stuff you can buy. Fender makes good stuff too. You can't go wrong. Mark Bass makes good stuff. Diane Kruger, if you want to be bright. There's a lot of bass amps. They all do the same thing, man. You're not going to go wrong. There's no problem. Yeah. Just find one. Yeah. Just get something. Remember, you're a bass player. You got to feel it. You got to feel it. The amount of energy it takes to have a good bass amp is nuts. So, unless you can get, unless you're actually playing live or something, doesn't matter. Just get something. Yeah, if you're playing in your bedroom, you're playing somewhere, those are two different things. Like guitar players are kind of in a good spot right now because you can buy a good ass amp for between $200 to $500. Last you a long time. You get a fucking, what's it called? You get a Boss, the Roland fucking Katana. You're fine. Lithium says, Pat, if I make an album single, you gotta listen to it, bro. We'll see. We'll see if you try hard enough. The amount of people that try to get me to listen to their music is nuts, man. I appreciate it, but at the same time, it's the last time I listened to somebody who said something like that, they were an asshole. And they, what did they do? They were harassing me. Because I tried to play their music on the show, just to be nice. And they're being jerky about it. So I was trying to make an example of them. But then I listened to the song and it was so bad. It was so poorly recorded. I couldn't even make it past the guitar intro. It sounded like you recorded it in a bathroom. And I was like, dude, this sounds like shit, dude. You interrupted the show. This took forever. Dude, you suck. And I got mad at him. So if you're going to tell me I should listen to your stuff, you got to give me a good reason why I should, man. Because you got to think there's a ton of other people doing it. So, and it's easy for me to lie to you and say, yeah, I'll listen to it. Just going to say, got to do it. Hey, you could say that, but it happens. It happens. I'll tell you what, though, if you do an honest job and it sounds great, it'll wind up in my ears somehow. Yeah, absolutely. Because you got to think, too, the amount of times I tried to get people to listen to my music in the beginning, and people were like, yeah, sure, I'll listen to it. People are just being nice, which is okay. It's understandable. But if you write something good, it winds up, people see it. People listen to it. People check it out. For sure. Lithium says, I don't know. Lyric writing is kind of the hardest part. It can be, I guess. I do lyrics last. I'll write the entire song, and I'm like, all right, I got to say words now. So, see them often. See them often. See them often. What the fuck does that mean, Call them often. Call them often. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Just write whatever you want to write. If you want to say a message, you can. If you don't want to say a message, you want to be ambiguous, you don't have to. Don't think about it too hard. Just say whatever you want to say. And if you want it to mean something, do it. So check it out. Lonely Tree says you should make a single called Ladybugs and Cannibals. What? What? What is that supposed to mean? Camaro, hello. Just finally caught you again. Schedule changed, so I've missed so much of the gaming. Well, we're not gaming right now. We're kind of waiting for something to load, and it's taking forever, so we're just kind of just hanging out and chatting. But thank you. Welcome back, Camaro. You said R. Okay. What? Ladybugs are cannibals. Spelled wrong. Okay. Any other questions about music? Anything else? Lithium says, Pat, in a month or so, I will hope to have a single. Well, I thought you said you don't have drums or guitar, bass player, whatever. We'll see how that works. Ghosty says, I still can't figure out if I know. God damn. What is happening with these sentences? They're getting worse as they go. Figure out if it was one Kurt used and made popular because she saved up. What happened in that sentence? She saved up a lot, get bit, and my brother swooped in, paying off whatever she needed for it, and her collection grew ever. I think you'll have to come back with me on that one. Lithium says, I can do drums digitally, pretty sure, and I don't know about bass. You'll figure it out. Camaro says, this might be more entertaining than the games. Maybe. Hopefully. Well, if you got questions you want to talk about, music, gaming, guitar, streaming, or run on sentences that don't make sense, that seems to be the theme right now. It's a shame you guys can't hear the guitar that much. Lillian says, you should do chat nights. I want to do chat nights. This is what this is supposed to be. Because the gaming, I only do the gaming because it's like something for people to look at while we're like talking. But for some reason, when I game, nobody talks. And then I have nothing to do but play the game. And then nobody does anything. And I'm just talking about the game. So I do chat nights. But everybody just wants to watch the game. That's what this is supposed to be. Ghosty says, sorry, this happens from time to time. All I know is that it's super expensive and she doesn't let people touch it often. Ghosty, I think you missed a couple sentences. I actually don't know what your context is. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. You're not making sense to me. All I know is, yes, okay. Lillian says, I don't know. I try to make it to these streams and try to get advice and talk. Perfect. That's what I want. Perfect. That's genius. Yeah, this is Patrick Gnarly and Company is supposed to be a less serious, let's hang out and chat thing. But I play games because, again, people just kind of don't talk. I guess I just need to talk more than you guys. I don't need to bounce off your guys' ideas. Because then I get weird-ass long sentences that don't make sense to me. And I try to communicate, and I don't know what's going on. But then again, that's like the part of the charm of a live stream, is that you can talk. You know what I mean? You can say stuff to me while I'm doing stuff. You know, that's supposed to be what it is. Because then, like, why watch a live stream if you can't interact with the people? What's the point of that? You know? Lithium says, it's almost like I'd be a good mod. I actually don't mod people who ask to be mods. So you blew it. Sorry, bud. You blew it. Also, you don't want to be a mod. Being a mod is like work. You got to actually pay attention to the chat and kick people out. And if you don't do it, I get mad. Most of the mods are really cool. So I don't usually mod people unless they're like really, really good at showing up all the time and responding to the chat. That's like walking up to a cop and being like, "Hey, man, you should let me hold your gun." It's like the fact you asked me to do that makes me not want to give it to you. Yeah, Ghosty, you need to take a second and figure out what you're trying to say. Because I missed, I might have missed something, or maybe you thought it and didn't type it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Lithium says I technically didn't ask, but I don't really care. It's fine. Fun being here. Well, you brought it up, man. You brought it up. I'm just letting you know. You technically did ask. It's like that's like going up to a cop and being like, you know, it'd be really cool if you gave me your gun. And then the cop being like, the fact you asked me for the gun is disturbing. And you went, actually, technically, I didn't ask for your gun. Yeah, that'll work. Nice plan. I gotta get an interface. Get better microphone up here. I'll just stream up here. We'll see. Yeah, right now, can we just talk about this for a second? Right now, we got one guy trying to get me to mod him, but not actually. But if I modded him, he'd be really happy about it. We got another guy who's apparently sleep deprived and is not making sense anymore in the chat. We got another guy talking about bass, which I will answer because that's on topic. Terraria says, hey, Pat, my friend was looking for at a Yamaha. Are they any good? I don't know. I just thought I'd ask you. Yeah, Yamahas are excellent. If it's a Yamaha bass, it's probably made very well. Yamaha. I like Yamaha. Yamaha makes the best acoustic guitars under $500, period. You cannot find a better acoustic guitar under $500 at all. There are some guitars that get close, some guitars that are pretty good, but if you want reliability, craftsmanship, materials, Yamaha. It's good shit. As for their basses, I know the Pacificas on the guitar side, the electric guitar side, are excellent as well. I think stylistically they're kind of ugly. Oops. But yeah, that's the thing. Not a big fan of them. The basses are probably fine. The guitars are probably fine too. Yeah. Lithium still talking about being a mod. Now I'm double not making a mod. Double! 2! Double no modness. Camara, you see what I have to deal with?